Hello everybody, in this lecture we're going to talk about recursion. So what is recursion? Well, let me just show you. Let's go ahead and declare another function called void factorial. And we'll just, you know what? I'm starting to think, let's make it an integer. Okay, and it'll require a parameter of int. Let's go ahead and call it in our main function, okay? Factorial. And we'll name it, we'll just put like a 3 in there, okay? Great. So here is our factorial function, okay? Now, what is a recursion? Well, it's when a function calls itself, a method, okay? When a method calls itself. So let's go ahead and do factorial. Now, if we do something like this, it's going to give us a really big error, and it might even freeze our computer, okay? Very important. So we're going to do n minus 1. Okay, so if we get 3, it's going to put 3, 2, 1, 0, blah, 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 okay? We're going to return, what? We're going to return n times factorial n minus 1, okay? Now, what does this mean? Well, let me just show you. So let's actually do a cout as well. Great. So it's going to print out the factorial of 3. Now, if you don't know what a factorial is, you should Google it and understand it and then come back. So 3 is going to do 3 times 2 times 1, and it's going to print out the result of that, right? You know what, let's add a return 0 just in case, and let's do, you know what we need to do actually, if we do if else, I just realized maybe this would be if n equals 1, return just 1, okay? But else, we're going to do this, okay? So there we go. We have 6. Now, how did we get 6? Well, it did 3. We passed the value of 3. Passed the value of 3. Then it goes here, 3. N does not equal 1, it equals 3. So it's going to do 3 times 2, because n minus 1 is 2, so 3 times 2 is 6, times 1 is still 6, okay? Let's add another level of complexity in this. We'll do sin, and what are we going to do? Well, let's get a variable x, and x. Great. So whatever number we put in here, it's going to print out the factorial of it. So if we print 5, it gives us 120. Why is that? Well, because 5, okay, we have 5 in this function, this entire function, n is 5, and it doesn't equal 1, so 5 times 4 times 3 times 2, and then it prints out 120, okay? So what have we learned is that a function can call itself, okay? This will be useful in many scenarios, definitely later on down the road. It may seem silly why we may need to do this, but for this example, it was a good one because it shows you why calling otherwise this would be very complicated if we were not able to recurse a function, okay? Another thing we can do, add some complexity. We can do enter a number. Let's do like 6, 720. So great. I hope you guys learned something awesome. I hope you have a great and amazing day. See ya.